Hello, good morning students. So in today's class we will discuss about some of the problems related to your binary symmetric channel, then Moore-Gauss method, and then about the cascaded channels. So here the problem statement is given as find the capacity of the discrete channel shown in figure. So they have asked in general to find the capacity, where you can use either the channel capacity formula or you can use your Moore-Gauss method to calculate the channel capacity. So here they have given you the channel diagram. So by looking into the channel diagram, so first construct the channel matrix, it is the probability matrix, that is P of y by x. So where we have three inputs x1, x2 and x3, and corresponding to that we have three outputs, that is y1, y2 as well as y3. Okay. So then what is P of y1 by x1? So it is 0.8. Then we have y2 by x1 is 0.2. Then we have 0.1. Then we have y1 by x2 0.1. Then y2 by x2 is 0.8. Then we have y3 by x2, so it is 0.1. Then we have y1 by x3. So we don't have any connection with respect to your y1 by x3, so it will be 0. Then we have y2 by x3 is 0.2. Then we have y3 by x3, it is 0.8. So this is y1 by x1 0.8. Then we have y2 by x1, it is 0.2. Then y3 by x1, so we don't have any value with respect to your y3 by x1. So this will be once again 0. So then we have y1 by x2 0.1, then y2 by x2 is 0.8, then we have y3 by x2, we have a connection, that is 0.1. So then we don't have y1 by x3, so it is 0, then it is y2 by x3, it is 0.8, and y3 by x3 is also 0.8. So now we need to find the channel capacity. So the simple form of finding the channel capacity here is by Moore-Gauss method. So we will go with the Moore-Gauss method. So write the channel matrix here, that is 0.8, 0.2, 0, 0.1, 0.8, 0.1, 0, 0.2. So what are the unknown quantities we need to find here? So we have three unknown quantities to be found out, that is Q1, Q2 as well as Q3. So which is equal to, so it is 0.8 log of 0.8 plus 0.2 log of 0.2 plus 0. This is equal to 0.1 log 0.1 plus 0.8 log 0.8 plus 0.1 log of 0.1. Then we have 0.2 log of 0.2 plus 0.8 log of 0.8. So where this can be written as 0.8 Q1 plus 0.2 Q2 is equal to, so simplify this, you will be getting some value. So represent this by equation 1. Then we have 0.1 Q1 plus 0.8 Q2 plus 0.1 Q3 is equal to, so simplify this one, you will be getting the second equation. Okay. So then we have once again 0.2 Q2 plus 0.8 Q3 is equal to, simplify this, you will be getting some value, represent this by equation 3. Okay. So now by simultaneous equation, so simplify and solve for Q1, Q2 and Q3. So find out what is the value of Q1, then what is the value of Q2 and what is the value of Q3. So once you find out Q1, Q2 and Q3 values, so you can calculate what is your C, where C is equal to log of 2 to the power of Q1 plus 2 to the power of Q2 plus 2 power of Q3. Okay. So if you simplify this, you will be getting what is your channel capacity value. Okay. So this is the solution for this particular problem. So next we will go for the next problem. So the problem is related to your cascaded channel. So where we have two noisy channels which are cascaded, whose channel matrix are given by this. So we need to find what is the mutual information of I of x comma z. So now they have given you the matrices. So you can construct the channel diagram and then you can find out what is your I of x comma z. So we have two inputs, that is x1 and x2 here. So this is your x1 and x2. So what are the, so this is your x1, x2 and this is your y1, y2 as well as y3. So this is your y1, y2 and y3. And from y1 and y2 and y3, so it is cascaded to where? So it is cascaded to y comma z. So this is your z1, z2 and z3. So let us consider this is your z1, z2 and z3. Okay. So from x1 to y1 we have a connection, it is 1 by 5. Then y2, so it is 1 by 5. Then y3 by x1, so we have 3 by 5. Next we have y1 by x2. So this is your y1 by x2. So y1 by x2 is 1 by 2. Then we have y2 x2, it is 1 by 3. Then we have y3 x2, so it is 1 by 6. Next from y1 to z1, so from y1 to z1 we don't have a connection. Then we have from y1 to z2, so it is 3 by 5. Then similarly z3 by y1, so we have 2 by 5. Then we have z1 by y2, z1 by y2 we have 1 by 3. Then z2 by x2 is 2 by 3. Then from z3 y2 we don't have a connection, it is 0. Then from z1 y3, it is z1 by y3, so this is your z1, so z1 by y3, so we have 1 by 2. Then z3 by y3 we have 1 by 2. Okay. So this is how you need to construct the channel diagram if the channel matrix is given. So now in order to find your I of x comma z, so you need to find what is your P of x comma z, that is your input is x1 and x2 and your output should be z1, z2 and z3. Okay. Okay, now let us find the value of P of z1 by x1. First row with first column, so this is 0. So that is 1 by 5 into 0 plus 1 by 5 into 1 by 3 plus 3 by 5 into 1 by 2. So if we simplify, you will be getting the value with respect to P of z1 by x1. So then we have P of z1 by x2, so that is this one. So first it is 1 by 2 into 0 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6 into 1 by 2. So simplify. Then we have P of Z2 by X1. So this one. So it is 1 by 5 into 3 by 5 plus 1 by 5 into 2 by 3. Then we have Z2 by X2. So it is 1 by 2 into 3 by 5 plus 1 by 3 into 2 by 3. Then we have Z3 by X1. So this one. So it is 1 by 5 into 2 by 5 plus 3 by 5 into 1 by 2. Then we have Z3 by X2. So it is 1 by 2 into 2 by 5 plus 1 by 6 into 1 by 2. So if you simplify, you will be getting the value with respect to your P of Z by X. So we have calculated the values now. So fill with respect to this matrix. So we have Z1 by X1, that is 11 by 30. Then we have Z1 by X2, 7 by 36. Then Z2 by X1, 19 by 75. Z2 by X2, 47 by 90. Then Z3 by X1, it is 19 by 50, and this is 16 by 60. Okay. So now in order to find the mutual information, that is I of x comma z. So I of x comma z is given by what? I of x comma z is equal to h of z minus h of z by x. So now in order to find your h of z as well as h of z by x, so first we need to find what is the joint probability matrix, that is P of x comma z is equal to. So what we need to do? We need to multiply the first row by, they have given P of x1 and x2 values. So multiply the first row with P of x1. So it is 1 by 2. So it will be 11 by 60. Then we have 19 divided by 75. So it will be 150. So then we have 19 by 100. Then 7 by 36 means it is 72. Then we have 47 divided by 180. Then we have 16 divided by 120. Okay. So now we have got x comma z. Next we also need to find, so this is your x1, x2. So this is your z1, z2 and z3. So we need to find what? P of z1. Then we need to find P of z2. Then we need to find what is your P of z3. So how we are finding P of z1, z2 and z3? By adding the columns. So it is 11 by 60 plus 7 by 72. So 19 by 150 plus 47 by 180. So this is 19 by 100 plus 16 by 120. So if you simplify, you will be getting what is your z1, z2 and z3 values. So once you find out your z1, z2 and z3 values, so next what you can do is that you can find what is your h of z. So h of z is equal to, so you know the formula. So h of z is nothing but P of z1 log of 1 by P of z1 plus P of z2 log of 1 by P of z2 plus P of z3 log of 1 by P of z3. So substitute z1, z2 and z3 values in this and find out what is your h of z. It is bits per message symbol. Okay. So next what you need to find? You need to find what is your h of z by x. So what is h of z by x given by? H of z by x is equal to double summation I is equal to 1 to R, j is equal to 1 to S, P of x comma z log of 1 by P of z by x. So this is the formula. So you know what is your x comma z, and also you know what is your P of z by x. So substitute here. So we have P of x comma z is 11 by 60 log of what is 1 by P of z by x. So it is log of 11 by 30 plus 19 by 150 log of 7. So this is 30 by 11. So you will be getting 75 by 19 plus 19 by 100 log of 50 by 19 plus 7 by 72 log of 36 by 7 plus 47 by 180 log of 90 by 47 plus 16 by 120 log of 60 by 16. So if you simplify this, you will be getting what is your h of z by x. So once you find your h of z by x, so substitute in this equation what is your h of z from here and h of z by x from here, and calculate what is your I of x comma z. Okay. So this is the solution for this particular problem. So we have a problem with respect to your binary symmetric channel here. So here the channel which is given is a non-symmetric binary channel. So non-symmetric in the sense it is not satisfying the condition of your binary symmetric channel. That means if mutual information as well as the channel capacity are equal, so then we say that it is a binary symmetric channel. So here they have given a non-symmetric channel. So this is the channel diagram which they have given. So we need to find these parameters, that is h of x, h of y, h of x by y as well as h of y by x, and also they have given the inputs, that is x equals 0, that is p of x equals 0. That means for 0 it is 1 by 4 and for 1 it is 3 by 4, and also they have given you the alpha as well as the beta values. And also we need to find the capacity of the channel if the channel is converted to a binary symmetric channel. So when the channel is symmetric, your alpha and beta values will be equal. So now let us find h of x first. So in order to find your h of x first, so we need to represent first your channel matrix in the form of conditional matrix, that is P of y by x. So this is your x1, x2, and this is your y1 and y2. So what is alpha which is given here? So alpha is 0.75, and what is y2 by x1? So y2 by x1 is 1 minus alpha, it is 1 minus, so 1 minus your 0.75, so it will be your 0.25. So then we have y1 by x2, what is y1 by x2? It is 1 minus beta, so beta value is given as 0.9, so 1 minus 0.9 means it will be 0.1. So then we have next is y2 by x2, that is beta value is 0.9. So this is your channel matrix by looking into the channel diagram. Then once you find your channel matrix, so next we need to find what is your P of x comma y. So P of x comma y, so what is x1 and x2 which is given? So x1 is 1 by 4, so multiply rho 1 by, so this is your x1, x2, y1 and y2. So if you multiply the rho 1 by 4 and multiply the rho 2 by 3 by 4, so you will be getting the joint probability matrix, that is P of x comma z. So this is your conditional joint probability matrix values. So where the rho 1 is multiplied by 1 by 4 as well as rho 2 is multiplied by 3 by 4. Okay. So once you find out this, so you can find what is your h of x. So h of x is equal to, so it is p of x1, it is 1 by 4 log 4 plus 3 by 4 log of 4 by 3. So you will be getting what is your h of x. So next one, what we need to find? We need to find what is your p of y1 and p of y2 in order to calculate your h of y. Okay. So add column wise. So you will be getting 0, 5, 9. So it will be 0.1950. So 0, 5. Okay. So then if you add these two, so you will be getting 9. So it will be 0.1290. So now find out what is your h of y. 1 by plus 0.1290 log of 1 by 0.1290. So if you calculate, you will be getting what is your h of y. So next you need to find what is your h of x by y and h of y by z. So h of y by z can be found out using the formula h of y by x is equal to double summation p of x comma y log of 1 by p of y by x. Okay. So here what is p of x comma y? So it is 0.1875 log of 1 by p of y by x is nothing but this one. So it is 1 by 0.75 plus 0.0625 log of 1 by 0.25 plus 0.075 log of 1 by 0.1 plus 0.675 log of 1 by 0.9. So if you simplify, you will be getting what is your h of y by x. So now you need to calculate what is your h of x by y. So h of x by y can be found out using the formula. So we know that, so h of y plus h of x by y is equal to h of x plus h of y by x. So from this you can find what is your h of x by y. So that is h of x plus h of y by x minus your h of y gives your h of x by y. Okay. So now, so this is related to your first sub question. We calculated all the values. So next we need to calculate what is the channel capacity of the binary symmetric channel if alpha equals beta is equal to 0.75. So what is channel capacity given by for a binary symmetric channel? It is 1 minus h, which is nothing but 1 minus p bar log of 1 by p bar plus p log of 1 by p. Okay. So this is 1 minus, so p bar is what? P bar is nothing but it is your alpha. So alpha value is what? Alpha is 0.75. So it is 0.75 log of 1 by 0.75. So and p is 1 minus alpha. So 1 minus 0.75 means it will be 0.25. So plus okay. So if you simplify this, you will be getting what is your channel capacity. Show that the capacity of a discrete memoryless channel, which is shown in the figure, is given by this equation. So, where you need to substitute beta is equal to 2 power alpha and alpha is equal to this value, and given Rs is equal to 1 bits per symbol, and also P of x equals 0 and P of x equals 3 is equal to P, and P of x equals 1 and P of x equals 2 is equal to Q. Okay. So, now first we will construct the channel matrix. So, that is P of y by x is equal to. So, what are the inputs we have? So, we have the inputs as 0, 1, 2, 3 and the outputs as 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, it is 0 by 0 we have a connection. So, it is 1. So, 0 to 1 we do not have a connection, it is 0. Then from 2 to 0 also it is 0, and 3 to 0 is also it is 0. So, then from 0 to 1 it is 0, and from 1 to 1 it is P. Then we have from 2 to 1, so it is Q. Then from 3 to 1 we do not have a connection, so it is 0. Similarly, from 0 to 2, so it is 0. Then from 1 to 2, so we have Q, and from 2 to 2 it is P, and from 3 to 2 it is 0, and from 3 to 0 it is also 0. Then from 3 to 1 it is also 0, from 3 to 2 that is also 0, and from 3 to 3 we have only 1. Okay, now use this matrix, that is P of y by x matrix. So, we will use a Moravec's method to calculate the channel capacity here. It is 0, Q, P and 0, 0, 0, 1. So, what are the unknown quantities which we need to find? We need to find what is your Q1, Q2, Q3 as well as Q4, which is equal to, so this is 1 log of 1. So, then we have P log P plus Q log Q. So, here we have Q log Q plus P log P. Then here it is 1 log 1. So, this is Q1 is equal to, you will be getting 0, and then Q4 is also 0. So, only thing you will be getting is P into Q2 plus Q into Q3 is equal to P log P plus Q log Q. So, let us consider this as our equation 1. So, similarly we have Q3 plus P Q3 is equal to Q log Q plus P log P. Represent this as your equation 2. So, now if you simplify this simultaneous equation, you will be arriving at Q2 value as well as Q3 value. So, now what is channel capacity given by Moravec's method? C is equal to log of 2 to the power of Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. So, now once you find out what are the values of Q2 and Q3, so substitute here, and if you simplify, your channel capacity value should be equal to this one, that is C is equal to log base 2 of 2 into 1 plus beta divided by beta bits per second. So, this is what you need to arrive if you substitute the value of Q1, Q2, Q3 in this equation of your channel capacity. Your channel capacity value should be equal to this one. Thank you.